Alright, welcome to day 8, is it? At Skagafjell. Just give you a spin to see our surroundings. There's our lovely glacier and the hotel grounds. Much better today. Blue sky up there above that hill. That's where the green lights last night were happening. Pretty amazing. Not very bright, but you could see them. But of course, just to ruin everything, we've got a full moon as well. So today, we're going to, there's a lake further that way behind me, down the coast, Diamond Beach, and we're doing the cave walk. So we're going to go inside some ice caves and trek around. But holy crap, that glacier is even better when you can see it in the daytime without rain. There's our trusty steed over there. But gee, it was cold last night. I'm gonna come over here and get you a photo of the glacier. But yeah, keep you posted. See you later. Another contrast of scenery picked out by Dave. Looking this way, it could be in Australia. But as you rotate round to the north, it's a whole different kettle of fish. Because South Australia doesn't have glaciers like that. It's like another planet here. You can maybe see over there the wide mouth of the glacier, but it's freaking huge. It's like literally everywhere, and you can see at the moment. It's pretty impressive. Alright, on we go. Wow, are you ready, Australia, for just Iceland things? Check this out. Holy shit. Look at that. That's worth the admission right there. As usual, the water is clear as clear. Look at that. And that way. You just want to walk on it. That's worth the ticket price right there, isn't it? Are you? Hopefully this shows up good on later on. It's breathtaking. I've never seen anything like this before. First ever icebergs. Seals. There's some seals floating around in there if you're lucky to spot one. Amazing. Damn it. Yeah.
It's dangerous for the boats. It's okay for the big boats, but not for
Yeah, I suppose it's. You don't want to get that punctured halfway out there, do you?
No.
I was looking. Have you been down to the beach?
We're just heading down there now.
It doesn't look like much ice is on the actual beach,
We saw
unless
a
it
few,
goes round that way.
We saw, as we were driving up, we saw a few small ones.
Yeah. Well, a lot of this stuff. This was all stuck here. Now it's all moved since we've been here.
Wow. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Well, did you see the bridge that was it looked like a looked like not a statue, but on the other side, it's where the bridge, part of the bridge had been washed away in a flood in '96. Did you see that?
Oh yeah. Sorry.
These big, huge steel beams.
Yeah.
Bent and twisted.
Yeah.
It was just from the iceberg sitting at the flood.
Bloody hell.
And so they were only 200-ton icebergs, and the biggest ones were 2,000 ton.
Yeah. What are they must weigh? Those ones out there? They must be 10 tons, if not more. So that's just a lot of ice. And that's it, like 10 centimetres by 10 centimetres by 10 centimetres weighs a kilogram. And they're freaking huge. Some of them are bigger than like that one over there is as big as a bus. That one's as big as a building.
Enjoy the rest of the trip, guys.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
You too. So I've climbed the hill next to the glacier pond, saw before. But guess what? There's more. So there's a dinghy out there with sightseers. Well, not a dinghy, a ducky. There's someone out in the water. No, that must be a buoy where they know it's okay to... Oh, there's a dinghy there. And look at this ice, it's huge. Glacier in the background. Contrast to the open ocean behind us. Rib. Apparently they said it was too dangerous for the ribs because there was too much ice in the lake. But there is a lot. It's weird, you can hear it creaking and cracking, and look at that chunk out there in the middle. How did that come? Makes you think, how big is that over there where it's coming off? If this is the size of them here.
Huge.
Yeah.
Absolutely huge.
Thousands of years old bits of ice. Could stay here all day. Very top of the hill shot. There's the car park. Where sort of there at the front. There's the river out to the beach. Oh, there's a few big, I can see from here there's a few big icebergs on the beach to the left. There's a shit ton in the river mouth. Then all of this. All the way, so they're coming from over there. And then mountains.
I'm gonna get some wide angles because I have a million. I just pulled that 400 out. I was
The van ride there was quite funny. I had huge stage fright because nobody was saying anything nobody was talking, nothing, for like the whole 30-minute drive out to where we got out of the bus. So yeah, there's there's just me being very self-conscious that I'm filming for this next bit. Rest assured, we all got more comfortable with each other on the tour and on the way back, and everybody was much more talkative. It's just, yeah, this was like being at a funeral on the way over. So we're on our way to the cave now. We just drove to the drop-off point. Now we're going to walk over to that black. Over there is actually ice. Covered in black sand. This is our tour group. I think every one of them is German. Except for us. But yeah, it was a trip getting down here. Talk about some off-road action. I got some video of it, but now we're walking along the base of these mountains, along the track, all the way over there. We'll see when we get there. It's just going to be walking for like half an hour. So the tour guide for us was a guy called Sindri Ragnarsson, and this next bit's him explaining stuff about the glacier and its movement over the years to us. But unfortunately, the Icelandic wind has ruined all the audio pretty much. It's very hard to hear what he's saying, but I'll try and remember and give a bit of an account of what he was talking about. So here Sindri's explaining that the glacier covers most of the southeastern part of Iceland, and it's split into features called tongues and fingers. So the wide areas where there's ice just across a couple of kilometers, that's called a tongue, and when it's a small like frozen river heading down, that's a finger. Here he's just telling us that the glacier is the largest one in Europe and covers about 7 to 8% of the total area of Iceland.
So it is like all glaciers in Iceland are about 10 to 11% of the island. So you can see the mass of this glacier is so much, and it's so heavy for the whole island that it is pushing it down into the ocean. Okay, glaciers have been melting, and the sea level has been rising. Anyone from Netherlands? They are going down. We are going up in Iceland because of the melting of the glacier. The island gets the mass on the island is rising so much. So even the sea level is rising, Iceland is going up. So Netherlands going down, Iceland up. It's okay.
So here he's explaining that the weight of the glacier's ice is pushing down the landmass of Iceland, and as the sea levels rise and the ice melts over the years, Iceland is actually rising up and becoming taller, which is not good for the Netherlands but great for Iceland.
But I come from Hub or Hafin. It's an hour away from here. That town rises up about 2 centimeters every year.
Really?
Yeah. So for houses and pipes in 50 years, it's a meter. Yeah. And it doesn't go up like this. So everything goes up like this. So we would probably be like the town of Pisa or something. Already starting. Like you can see all the houses, the floor. If you put the bottom on the floor, it rolls down some of the houses. So it is affecting a lot here. Otherwise also, I got here 2 days ago. It was heavy wind. It was the day after the storm. We were here in Iceland when the storm started, and we had like these wind waves, like blowing wind waves. Like we were standing, and suddenly like this wind wave hits us. Like this is because like that wind is blowing on the glacier. It cools down. For example, there is glacier behind these mountains. So if it cools down the glacier, top of the glacier, it's starting to be heavier than a warm wind. When it drops down the mountain, it drops faster. So it builds up and then it drops down, and you can have these wind waves that is under wind because it's heavier than warm.
Sindri just explained that the day before this tour, he was at the same place and the weather was terrible, which it was everywhere in Iceland. And he's saying that the wind rushing down between the two mountains there is these really powerful like wind waves, he's saying, where the air is cooled at the top of the glacier and drops down between the mountains, rushing forward like a great rate of knots, and it's quite dangerous.
We have with it, to give you an idea, this glacier melts a lot, like up to 300 meters every year. This glacier. You can see it's quite flat, and we are almost at the sea level. We haven't, like, more been driving down than driving up. So to give you an idea, now you see the problems standing inside the middle of an old river path. The glacier was closer. The river was flowing here through the Sindri here and from the melting of the glacier.
As an example of how this glacier is retreating, Sindri is just saying that last year the glacier was at this point, and now it's all the way back here after 1 year.
You can see it was going down here and all the way to down there. So this for like 2015, ice came here. In the middle of the ice came inside 2015. So it was like melting about 1 kilometer plus since the 70s. So
there. We're just having a break at the little bit of a glacier ice melt. And there's the glacier right there. It's a bit of a hike. We'll be there soon. Is there still glacier under us now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even could be deep.
Do they know how deep it goes?
No,
Not really.
I mean, yeah, I think they can do the measurement, but I don't think they care.
No, because it's going
yeah,
down.
they are doing like they are using their resource powers and some more. But there is
Useful way.
for this glacier. There is a machine inside that is taking measurements of the cave.
Oh, okay.
And
so we've arrived at the cave, and OMG, highlight of the whole trip for sure. And now we are at the glacier. Going in.
yeah, so hold tight up.
I've got a spare in my backpack.
Fine.
Gonna go in front of me then? Sprachlos! Right? Yeah. I'm alright, mate. What's your head, Dave?
Oh, good.
Oh, Jesus. Hopefully this just shows up on the GoPro. It's bullshit, isn't it? Huh? Wow.
So I would always recommend to turn off lights.
Yeah.
Because it's better to rub your eyes.
Wow. Look at that.
More colorful.
Oh my god. I must say that this was an absolute highlight of the whole trip. It's indescribable how cool the ice looks. The light coming through it, it's all different shades of blue and green. Truly amazing. Probably can see it in other places in the world, but can definitely not see anything like it in Australia. It's really great. Stay there. Come straight at me.
So, live in rain or beautiful? Who's the first one? Gonna break the ice. And the first joke of the day. And I can also tell you, like with your phones, with your good cameras and things like that, taking slow motion photographs here are super nice because of the water running down.
It also looks pretty good on GoPro.
Look at that. Yeah, it's beautiful. You see the color, they are mostly greenish.
Yeah.
You can see a little bit blue in the end. This is because of the sun. This, the ceiling here is not that thick. And when if it was raining outside or no sun, this would be more blue. But we will see more blue when we go further in. So you will get everything, greenish, blue. Yeah, if you, exactly, we do this, you have a light in your face so you can see the face a little bit better.
Can you hold? So I too got in on the photographing action, and thanks to Anna Maria in the green jacket for taking some photos of me. I'm still sure she's an undercover National Geographic photographer because her photos were amazing. Not just the ones she took of me, but hers in general of this Icelandic adventure. I'm probably going to steal some out of her Instagram, stick them at the end. Thanks, Anna.
Oh yeah.
Thank you.
Do you want me to push something or?
No, just if the screen goes off, just touch it, it comes back on.
No. Beautiful.
Thank you.
And I will try not to use flash if possible. Yeah, because
See what I'm doing.
because if you use flash, it will. Hole in the roof.
So after the entrance cave, we headed deeper into the glacier, and from this point on, it's extremely dark. So my camera had a hard time keeping focus, and there's not a lot of light to see anyway. So as it goes on, it'll get progressively darker until you just can't see anything. But Sindri's explaining more stuff for us, so we can listen to him without the wind this time.
It's even got air trapped in it.
Yeah.
It's 50 points if you can see a fish. I doubt it. Or a Neanderthal. Just. What?
I think it'd be colder in here.
Yeah. Well, it's cold, but that 500-mile walk here warmed us up.
Especially this coat on.
Yeah.
And then turn it back on, the flash comes on.
I see anywhere, or yeah. So now you can touch the blue, just right above you.
Well, you have just gone in time. What are you disclosure?
You decide if you want to listen or just it's up to you. But the ice caves are formed mostly like in the summer or when it's warmer. They are formed by running water. From here there's a valley a little bit higher up in the mountain that comes a lot of water from, and the melting of the glacier. The water finds its way through the ice and starts to like drilling these tunnels. And we just have to wait for the water to cool down and the water to drain out. Or, like in this case, the water finds another way out, and therefore we are walking in here because all the water that is running in the front where you saw is coming somewhere from the floor and has found a new way. So in the summer it's usually not possible to go. Some years I have started, I've never started this early, like 1st of October. Some years I'm starting in November, even 15th of November. Some years we had to finish like February 20th, at least that was 1 year. So, but another year was like April 20th, so 2 months longer. So it's, because it's a natural ice cave, it's the conditions and things like that that decides if we can come here or not. You know, like the ice, it's not blue. It is, of course, actually clear. It's just water. With the reflection from the sun, so basically what happens, it snows on top of the glacier, and it snows more and more and more, and it gets heavier and heavier and pushes down in pressure, and it pushes most of the air out of the ice and freezes like a glass. So for example, snow is about 80 to 90% air, only 10 to 20% ice. Glacier is exactly opposite, it's like 80 to 90% ice, only 10 to 20% air. So it is very dense and is able to give you like this reflection from the sun. And then you have like the sun that has like 7 colors, which are the prime colors, like rainbow colors. All of the colors go into the ice. But it's because of the wavelength of the color blue and greenish and the frequency in our eyes. That's why we only see these colors. So, for example, if I would be able to break the ice and it was sunny outside, I could make a prism or to show you like a glimpse of all the colors. And it's even possible where the clear ice is, where the water's running. If you start to watch around that area, you might even see these 7 colors. The oldest ice in this glacier is 900 years old. So the ice in the glacier is younger than the glacier itself. I'm not sure if you can understand it, but because it's always melting and renewing, that's why we have younger ice than the glacier itself. So my grandma, she told me this story. If you drink this 900 years old water, it will keep the women young forever and the man strong forever. Like you can see, I'm a living proof. Why are you laughing?
Sorry.
I'm not looking good.
It's true, yeah.
I'm like 80 years old, look like 50.
So's Dave.
Because I drink beer every day.
Nearly.
So am I.
Yeah, so I recommend you find a spot and try the ice out. But I have to warn you, it's a disclaimer here. There was COVID going on not long ago, and maybe it started here. People were licking the ice. I'm not sure. But it is something you can try, but don't be licking the same spot as the other two. It would be like kissing. So if you want to try it, else you can like take a souvenir with you and put it in your pocket, take it with you home. And now guys, if for example, if you have any questions, just fire away.
So we've finished the cave tour. We're back at the start. This bit here. Amazing. Like it doesn't show up, it's because it's dark on the GoPro. There's bits where you can't see anything, but it's amazing. It looks like a river flowing on the roof. But yeah, it's really, can't describe it. I've been under a glacier. Who knew? Dave, you've been under a glacier.
Wouldn't believe it in a million years, would you?
No.
Okay guys?
So now we're going back. So we're back from the glacier cave tour and back at the lagoon, and it's got like 3 times as much ice in it now, so check this out. Look at all of that shit, it's like a David Attenborough film. Heaps and heaps of ice. Now we're going to go check out Diamond Beach. Back soon. Right, we're on to Diamond Beach. We can already see the touristy place over there. We've come to the much more cool right hand side where all the cool people go. Wow. So what happens is the glacier is back there, big chunks of it break off into the lagoon, they come down the river here, go out to sea, get busted up and get pushed back onto the beach. Let's go going down, have a look.
It was pretty obvious pretty quickly that we'd gone to the wrong side of the beach. But yeah, let's just watch me soldier on as if the other side with infinitely more icebergs doesn't exist.
pretty good.
So there we have it. Cave tour done. And Diamond Beach visit. Yeah, highly recommended. Easily one of the best things we did in the whole trip was that ice cave tour. Recommend it highly. So after this we drove back to Skagafell and stayed the night, and then we're heading off from there the next day. But here is a collage of pics and stuff to round off the day.